Hey, what's up guys? So I'm assuming that you have got your Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 Classic and now it's time to change some of these settings to customize and personalize your watch better so it is more suitable to your daily needs and daily use. So without any further delay, let's get started and talk about these settings that you need to change. The first thing that you need to take care of is your notification settings on this watch. So if you scroll to the left, you will find notification settings. Go in here and here you will see all of these notifications, but I recommend going through these settings on your phone. So let's take a look at them one by one, and the first one here is show phone notifications on watch. So simply go in here and here you can select whether you want the alerts when the phone is not in use or even when the phone is in use. Next one is you can mute notifications on the phone altogether. Then you can go through these notifications one by one, and then you can go in apps further and customize settings even further. Then down below you can also sync up do not disturb on your phone with your watch, so when you turn it on your watch, it will also be synced up with your phone. And then finally we have advanced notification settings. Go in here, you can turn on notification indicator, read notifications aloud, turn on screen, so whenever you will receive a notification your watch screen will turn on, and then turn on for new apps, so whenever you will install new apps, notifications will be turned on for them automatically. Next setting that you need to take a look at is vibration settings on your watch. So go in settings and go in sounds and vibration, and here go down and here comes vibration. So when you get a notification, your watch makes sure that you attend to it, or you at least know that you have received a notification, and for that we are changing these settings. So here you can set the vibration duration to short or long, and then you can also change the intensity from light to strong. Moving on, we will go in display settings, and here you can obviously control brightness, auto brightness, but what I want to talk about here is screen wake up gestures. So raise wrist to wake, you can turn it on, and touch screen to wake. So when you tap on your display it should turn on, and then turn bezel to wake. So let's take a look at all of them one by one. If you raise your wrist, the screen should turn on. If you tap on your wrist, it should turn on, and then if you rotate the bezel, it should turn on. You can also show media controls on the display, so when you launch any music or you play any video on YouTube on your phone, the media controls will show up on the display automatically on your watch. Then obviously you have screen timeout settings, show last app when you turn off the display and then you turn it back on, the last app that you were showing. You can change the time duration for that, 20 seconds, 2 minutes and 1 hour. So even if you come back after 1 hour, you will just start where you left off. Next up we have Samsung Health, and this feature is actually very important if you use your Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 to monitor your health and fitness. So go in here and go in notification, and here you can turn on inactive time alerts, so you can turn them off if they distract you, and you can also schedule them. Next you can also turn on notifications for high heart rate and low heart rate, and here you can select the heart rate limit after which you want the notification or alert, and then you can turn on or off alerts for daily activity, steps, auto detect workouts. Then you can go in measurement, and here you can turn on measure your heart rate continuously every 10 minutes or manual only. Same for stress, measure continuously or by manual measurement only. And then blood oxygen during sleep, you can turn that on, as well as snore detection. Then we can go in auto detect workouts, and here you can turn on auto detect workout if you work out daily and you use your watch to track your activity, and in case you forget to start tracking your activity, the watch will do it for you. So in that case you need to turn on which type of activity that you want the watch to detect. And for walking and running, you can also turn on record location. Next up we have advanced features. So once again there are some very important settings that you need to take care of here. So if you scroll down, you have SOS here, and once again I recommend that you do this on your phone on the Galaxy Wear app. So simply go in here, go in watch settings, go in advanced features, and here go in SOS. So here you can turn on and set up SOS. So if you turn it on, it will tell you the permissions that it want, and just agree to them, and then it will ask you to add an emergency contact from your contacts. So in case you activate SOS, it can send messages and call to that contact. So I'll select a contact from here. Next you can also turn on countdown before sending. So if you activate this alert by accident, you have the chance to cancel it. You have to press this home button 3 times to send an SOS call and SOS message, and your emergency contact will receive an SOS message with your current location, and it will call the selected contact in emergencies. Calls will initially be set to the lowest audible volume level. So all of this will happen if you press this button 3 times. So let's go ahead and try it out. So there you go, now it's sending an SOS and I have the option to cancel it, which I will. So going back, we have hard fall detection here as well, so you can turn that on, and whenever the watch will detect that you have had a hard fall and you don't respond or you don't move around in 60 seconds, it will again send an SOS message to your emergency contacts. Next up, another setting to take a look at is customize keys option in advanced features, and if you tap in here you will see that you can customize these keys to launch different features. So this is the home key and you can actually customize it to double press and press and hold. So if I go in double press right now, go to most recent app is selected, but you can set up any other app on the watch to launch by double pressing this button. So right now it's selected for go to most recent app. So if I double press, it will take me to the most recent app, and if I double press again, it will take me back to the settings app. Then there is press and hold feature. So if I press and hold right now, it will launch the power off menu, but by default Wake Bixby is set up. So if you long press, Bixby will come on. Now if you use Bixby, you can use this feature to launch Bixby. Then we have back key and you can set it up for a short press. So there are only two options here, go to previous screen or go to recent apps. So if I select recent apps and press this button, it will launch all the recent apps that I have used and you can switch between them. Moving on, you can also change the default keyboard on your Samsung Galaxy Watch 4, and I recommend downloading the Gboard for your Galaxy Watch and using that instead of the default Samsung keyboard. So because we are using Wear OS now, we have the option to download Gboard and I'm really glad for that. But anyways, let's go in general and here go in input. And here go in keyboard list and default, and here you can see that I'm already using Gboard as default keyboard. So if I select Samsung keyboard and go to a messaging app and start typing a message, I will get this keyboard, and there's nothing wrong with this keyboard. This is old style and you can still type messages. But if you have Gboard installed, you can select that one and then go back, and then we will have a QWERTY keyboard. And the biggest benefit of using this keyboard is that we have swipe to type, so you can type very quickly and it is also very accurate. So that's Gboard, and I recommend that you download this straight away after unboxing your watch. Now you can download Gboard by simply going in Play Store and here search for Gboard, and then you will be able to download it. And as you can see, it's already installed, but you can go in here and install it right to your watch. Alright, now the next thing that you need to do is back up your watch, and for that, once again, I recommend going onto the Galaxy Wear app on your phone. So just go here and scroll down, go in auto backup, and here turn in auto backup. So if you go in here, you can read more about it, all the conditions that the watch and the phone has to meet to do this. So at least 24 hours since the last backup, your phone is connected to a Wi-Fi network, your phone has 30% battery, watch has 15%, and both screens are off. So this usually happens at night when you're sleeping, and then your watch will stay always backed up, so when you get a new watch, you can restore the data to your new watch. So that's about it from this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you have learned something new from this video, and if you have, let me know in the comments. And also don't forget to like this video and subscribe to follow the journey of these Galaxy watches. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.